Hello and welcome to Beach View, our podcast about different things and/or stuff, particularly music.
Yeah, so I think we said on our last one that we are going to start a month of music reviews, and this week we are doing Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance.
Yep. 2004 album, their first big one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've heard some of the songs on here before, but not the whole album.
Correct. And I was actually pretty surprised when I saw 2004, because I was like, oh my gosh, it was that long ago. Always takes me a little by surprise.
It made you feel old, huh?
It did. I was like, whoa, I don't remember. But then I'm like, yeah. Like, as I'm listening, I'm like, it does bring me back to like the mid 2000s, like early mid 2000s. So I was like, makes sense,
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
General thoughts at the top?
General thoughts. Okay, so I like the album. I thought it was good. It's definitely, one of those like emo, like goth punk kind of bands and feel to the album, and I'm here for it. I liked it. What did you think?
Yeah, so I picked this album, and this is one of my favorites, of all time. So, I'm glad you liked it, so we didn't end up in a reverse of last week.
No, I'm usually the one who likes stuff, so I'm pretty chill about that. But no, I obviously, I did remember a few of the songs. A few of them are new, like you said. But the ones that I remembered, it's like, the same old feeling that you get when you first heard it and you're just like rocking out to it. So I always like the little bit of nostalgia when we do like the older albums. And I think that even though it was very much like of the time, where you had a lot of like the emo and that kind of scene was getting very popular, was getting more mainstream at that time, and it's kind of died out a little bit since then. I feel like this album still, I guess I don't want to say relevant. I think it's still like has a place, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm describing this correctly, but I think like even today, it's like you could still rock out to it. It doesn't seem like an old album.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, one of my favorite albums of all time, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like, I like the songwriting, I like Gerard Way's voice.
Yeah.
I think it's very good for the genre it's in, and I like the guitar work on here.
I like their whole aesthetic. Like, I really like that, it's almost like they super lean into, like, the whole goth punk kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just think it's funny in a way, because it's like them kind of like a playing into the stereotype almost, but it's also just like, I don't know, I just love that they like totally lean in to that vibe, and it's like not pretentious at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, My Chemical Romance was definitely known for their aesthetics, like, at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess still are.
It. Yeah. I was watching some of the, like, videos. I know you're not really that into music videos.
No.
But I was playing it on YouTube Music and watching some of the videos. And just the whole aesthetic, it was just like, it made me smile, I guess, because I was like, yeah, I remember this. Like, I remember when they, they had their whole little vibe going for them. So the funny thing is, yesterday I was on social media, and like somebody asked a random question in this group. It's like a local group that I'm a part of. And somebody, like a girl, was asking how do you get out of like a depressive funk? And somebody wrote in the comments, they're like, just lay on the floor and listen to My Chemical Romance. I was like, it's so funny. Like, because we were doing that, we were going to record this today and we were listening to it this week. So I was just like cracking up, because I'm like, yes, definitely a good way to get out of a depressive funk.
Yeah. So you want to get into the track by track?
Yeah, let's get into it. So,
right. Number
one.
Helena.
Helena.
Yeah, this was a single from the album.
Yes.
It went top 40 here in the US, so you probably heard this one before.
Yes, I remember this one well. And even though, like, I don't know all the, like, I didn't remember all the lyrics, of course you remember, like, the chorus.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a great song. Definitely brought me back. And I think, so I read that it was about, I mean, obviously the song's about death, right? But I read that it was actually about the brothers, Gerard and, is it Mike? What's the other brother's name?
I don't remember.
Okay, so sorry guys. Yeah, but the brothers' grandmother had died, I think when they were like recording this album, and so, or when they were on tour, maybe something. The grandmother had passed away, and so this song was kind of about that. Her name was Elena, I believe. So they made this song like in reference to that.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know that. I had no reference for that before. I just thought it was, kind of about death. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Makes sense,
Yeah, but I always like to get that, like, background context.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. I think it's just interesting. Like, it gives it more meaning. But like I said, I know you don't like the videos, but watching the video is like a very interesting video. I liked it. So I'm definitely here for this song.
Yeah. It's a good song. I think it's popular for a reason. It's got a really cool chorus.
Yes.
That, like, loud shouting, singing, really good to sing along to.
Absolutely. And it's just, even though this is a song about death, to me it wasn't like a sad song, I thought it was just like a good, maybe like a closure song, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See what you mean?
Yeah.
I really like the bridge on this song, too.
Yes.
I think that's really cool, the guitar work and, like, the vocals on it.
Yes, I agree. All the songs on this album, for the most part, I was like, oh, I like the guitar in this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely give it high marks.
Yeah, this is definitely, to follow on from your previous, from the previous album we did, an anthem.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I was actually, when I was writing notes on one particular song, I almost put like, this is the anthem. And I was like, no, I used that too much last time. I'm not going to say that. So anyway, I refrained.
Instead, I said it.
Well, I'm glad it caught on.
Right, well, next.
All right, number 2, Give 'Em Hell Kid.
Yeah.
So this is a high energy song.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I like that part of it. I like the New Orleans reference. At the very beginning, of course, this is one that I never caught before. Like, I know I've heard this song before, but I never caught like that New Orleans reference before. I don't know why. It's like right there, in your face. But so this is, basically about he's on his way back from New Orleans. And he's on some kind of like high. So it's definitely an interesting tune. What'd you think?
Yeah, so a lot of this album is about like kind of vague stories about like criminals.
Yeah.
And this definitely fits with that, and it's really high energy. I think it's a really cool song.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, the big chorus, I think that's like essential to this sort of genre, the like, sort of pop punk, emo, sort of like you were saying, goth punk sort of stuff.
Yes.
And this, has that.
I love this kind of genre because it's like you can just get in your feelings. It's like a release, and this song definitely kind of fits in with that.
Yeah. High energy, fun to sing along to, all that.
Exactly. Yeah. You rock out to it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good one. All right, number 3.
Yep. To the
end. Yes. So I really like the guitar riff toward the end of the song. I thought it was really good. Just like kind of like an interesting guitar riff. And I mean, overall good song. I wouldn't say it's like my absolute favorite on the album, but I definitely liked it.
Yeah, definitely a cool story, again, about crime and stuff. Or, well,
yes.
It's kind of about a relationship that's not going well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know a lot of these songs have like those references. And so it's I thought they did a really good job of the whole album having like the same kind of vibes, kind of like a
definitely
darker, and some of it's kind of like dark humor vibes too, So I thought that was a good song to fit into the whole album.
Yeah, I think lyrically a lot of this is kind of vague but very evocative.
Yes.
I really like the lyrics in the chorus here, like, say goodbye to the vows you take, to the life you make, to the hearts you break, and all the cyanide you drank.
Yeah.
Like, that's so, like, evocative of stuff to me. Like, just...
Yeah.
I don't know, I think the songwriting here is good.
Yeah, and I think because it's left a little vague, all of them, that's what makes it, it's another word I use a lot with music, relatable to a lot of different people. Because you take your own meaning from it,
Mm-hmm.
But definitely this like captures a feeling, and like you're saying, it evokes that feeling, and I that's what I love about like this kind of music.
Yeah. Again, really good chorus, good guitars, all that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. This is the kind of song that makes me want to like learn how to play guitar just so I can play that. But that's not gonna happen. But
All right, well, next.
All right, song number 4. You Know What They Do to Guys Like Us in Prison.
Yeah.
So definitely from the title, like, this is going to be kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, like kind of a funny, like, not funny, but just like, I guess one of those like dark humor kind of things.
Yeah.
I really like the ska sound, like in the beginning, to me, has like kind of a ska beat to it. You didn't catch that?
Yeah, no. But I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of gave me like that kind of ska feeling. And I like this song. I like the music on the song, like the instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
Better than the vocals on this one. The vocals just weren't quite like there for me on this one. Not that they were bad, but I guess I zoomed in on the music, not the vocals.
I like the vocals in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's funny.
I really like the intro to this, that like kinda ska sound, I guess, as you put it.
Yeah.
And the lyrics, like, in the middle of a gunfight in the center of a restaurant, they say, "Come with your arms raised high."
Yeah. Once again, the crime reference.
Yeah. And I like how it's kind of slow at first and eases into the, like, loud, fast sound.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think, like, the music just, like, pulls you through the song. But I don't know. I just like the vocals just were kind of like, I mean, they're okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you went the opposite, though. You really like the vocals on this one.
Yeah, well, I like the music, too. But, yeah, I mean, I like all of Gerard Way's, like, vocal performances. And I think, like, his delivery really meshes, like I said at the top, with the vibe. Like, that kind of, like, scream. Well, it's not screaming, it's, like, shouting. And that, like, really aggressive delivery. Particularly in this song, I like.
Yeah. I mean, there's always, like, a time where you want to listen to, like, songs like this or, like, albums and you're like, let's get into the, so I definitely, it was a good song for sure.
Yeah. I like the lyrics in this one, too.
Yeah. Lyrics were good on that one.
Yeah. Alright, next.
Alright, next we have I'm Not Okay.
Yes, the big single from this album, although it didn't, like, looking at the charts, it didn't perform that well. It went platinum, and this is, like, the song from this album, I think. Like, I think this is the one that everybody knows.
Yes, this is, like, the most popular song on the album, so I'm very surprised, like, it didn't chart.
It must have in, like, the rock or alternative charts and not, like, the main Billboard ones.
Yeah, because it was so popular. Like, this is another one that, like, I immediately, like, remembered and, such a great song, in my opinion. I thought this was a really good one. It's just, like, the chorus is, like, one of those things that you just, like, sing. It just pops in your head every now and then over the years, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those songs that, like, sticks with you always, I feel like.
Yeah. I used to not like this song, but it grew on me.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's... I feel like it's My Chemical Romance at their most Blink-182. Like...
Yeah, that's probably why I really like it.
Yeah. And at first I was kind of like not into that sound, like when I first heard it. But yeah, it grew on me. It's a good song. It's definitely, I think, discordant with the rest of the album, because the rest of it's like feels like it's about like this vague sort of like crime story. And this feels like the kind, like pop punk music made for high schoolers, you know?
Yes, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I feel like, and this is another one where I say like kind of humorous because I feel like again they're like super leaning into like the emo, you know?
Yeah,
and
very
like you
in
said,
their
it's like
feelings.
yeah, it's very in their feelings, and it is to me. This is almost like a parody of like high school like emo, like I'm not okay, you know, like I think this is like a funny, I hate to say funny, but you know what I mean? Like to me it was kind of like a comical.
Yeah,
Like,
it is a bit tongue-in-cheek, especially at the end.
yeah.
The, like, repeated, I'm okay now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then it goes to the chorus after that, which is I'm not okay.
Yes, I think that is just so, like, it's just such a, like you said, in my feelings kind of song, you know? So I think this is, like, a good one, because it just, again, captures, like, the whole emo scene.
Yeah.
So the next song.
The Ghost of You. This was also a single.
Yes, I love this song. It is a little sad.
Yeah, definitely.
It's sad, but it's a good one, and I like how it starts off softly, you know, and then it kind of gets into it. But you know, I feel like this song is kind of like about, again, like death and regret, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely this is a total emo song.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, I really like the guitar in this one. Like, just the
yes.
guitar works are very incredible. That timbre really hits the tone they're going for.
It is.
And yeah, like the vocals, very emotional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the name of it, like The Ghost of You. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like poetic, you know. Like, I just think the whole song is just like a whole feeling.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of hard to talk about because of that. It's definitely something you like feel more than talk about.
Yes, exactly. Yes. But yeah, and this is not a song that I would want to listen to all the time because it is sad.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm very you know, swayed emotionally by music, and that's why I like a lot of like chill, low key songs.
Yeah.
And I don't like to listen to a lot of sad songs, but this is a very pretty, like to me, like a pretty song on the album.
Yeah, I think pretty's a good word for it.
Yeah,
and I really like the bridge to the end, like the last chorus and like the outro. I think that's all really, really well done.
Yeah, I've noted that on a lot of the album, like the endings and like the bridge to the chorus at the end. I like that about a lot of the songs on here.
Yeah. But definitely a good song. So next,
The Jet Set Life Is Gonna Kill You.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites on the album.
Yeah?
Yeah, really like this song.
This one was a little depressing to me.
Yeah, it is.
Not just like sad like the last one was. This one was like a little depressing. Like there's a difference, you know, like it's definitely sounded like it's about like drug use, you know. But it is a good song, but it was, again, I think a little too down for me.
Yeah, no, I really like the guitar work here.
Yeah.
It's very good. I really, really like, after one of the choruses, the vocal effects, like they put a vocal effect on, and, like the pull the plug, but I'd like to learn your name. Like, I love that section.
I like that effect too. I thought that was very good.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I really like the chorus. Like, it's this, like, kind of choppy, shouted thing because of how, like, the lines overlap.
Yes. I like that as well.
And it's a rather like simple lyrically, but I really like the like emotion that's captured through it.
It is a good one. And again, what kind of surprised me on this album was like, you know, I've always, you know, listened to My Chemical Romance. I never really paid much attention to like how good the guitar is in all of the music. I guess it just like never, it didn't stand out to me before, but again and again as I was listening to this album, I'm like, oh, the guitar is so good in this.
Yeah.
All right. Interlude is the next one, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
Yes, it's an interlude.
It's very short.
Yep.
And again, it's about death. But I thought it was very pretty music.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down. Pretty music.
Yes.
Like, and that's the whole thing. I mean, it's just a nice little, a melody, short, song on here. I don't know. What'd you think?
Yeah, you basically said there's not much to say about it. It's less than a minute long.
I like that they included it though.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. It kind of like goes along with like the storytelling. I don't know, like the interlude. Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah. Well, next.
Yeah. Next. Thank you for the Venom.
Yeah. Another single. I don't know if you've heard this one though.
I don't remember this one. I'm sure that I've heard it at some point, but I just didn't like remember it well.
Yeah. Well, it didn't chart at all, so. Not surprising.
Ah, got you. Yeah. What did you think of it?
I like this song. I think the chorus is really cool. And the like the guitar riff. This is definitely very like anthemic song. And
yes.
I like all the rhymes in the chorus.
Yeah.
It's a bit like simple, but I like it.
I liked it too. It kind of sounds like somebody trying to bring you down. Like that's kind of like the feeling I got from the lyrics. But again, I also like the kind of rhyming, which, like you said, it sounds simple, but like, I think there's a place for that too, like I thought it was good.
Yeah, and I love the delivery on the last line of the chorus, the fire at will part.
Yes, yeah. I think that adds a little bit to it, to the whole song.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely liked it. All right, the next song, Hang 'em High.
Yeah.
This one to me was just okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't my favorite song on the album. Like, I just thought it was just okay. Like, this was the only song, I think, on the album that I was like, it's alright.
Oh, okay. Feels kind of westerny because of the intro.
Yeah, it does.
And it's kind of about, like, being a biker.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, I just didn't, like, get it,
Yeah, well, fair enough.
I mean, delivery wasn't bad. Like, I thought, the music was decent and the vocals were decent. But that's all it was to me, just, like, kind of like a decent song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I like the chorus on this one, I mean, like, basically all the songs on here, it's got that really big, like, chorus and the, like, shouting, singing along sort of deal.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like that's something that's like missing like in today's, top music. I don't know, you don't get that release that you get whenever you listen to music like this. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's a different kind. It's a lot more focused on like stuff from dance music than like rock music, which is a different vibe.
Yeah. It's a whole different vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
But I sometimes miss, like, the whole emo, just, every once in a while you just want to listen to, like, an emo album.
Well, if you go looking for it, there's still plenty of stuff.
Yeah,
it's just not popular like My Chemical Romance was.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But, alright, the next one, it's not a fashion statement.
It's a death wish.
It's a death wish. I didn't write the whole title down.
This is another one of my favorites on the album. I really like this song.
I agree. This is a really good one. Yeah, I really like the beat of this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was, once again, another good one to rock out to, like it just is a whole vibe.
Yes,
and I really enjoyed it.
And this is probably my favorite lyrically on the album. I really like the story this is telling of, like, someone who was left for dead, or maybe, it's a supernatural story and they were actually, like, killed, and they're coming back to seek revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the vibe of it for sure, like, the whole revenge-y kind of thing. Yeah, this was a good one for sure.
Yeah, and some of the lines here in particular, really get me. Like, the chorus, I'm coming back from the dead, taking back the life you stole.
Yeah.
Or, like, at the end, I really like that part. this hole you put me in wasn't deep enough and I'm climbing out right now. You're running out of places to hide from me.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. And like the sort of reconciliation at the end, like when you go, just know that I'll remember you.
Yeah.
Is kind of neat. Like that, and I think that like paints a whole picture that this was like, it's not like very well sketched out, but like that this was kind of like a some sort of positive relationship at one point, but then they got left for dead. The speaker did.
Yeah, I think like you said it's more vague, but like I think this one is one of the ones on the album that really tells a story.
Yeah.
I mean, they all tell a story, but like this is like clear emotions, Like I think it's a very strong theme, and that's why I really like this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This was another one that I didn't quite like remember. Like it was kind of like a vague, as I was listening to it, like sounds familiar, but like I didn't really remember it super well. And I kind of like that though, because it's like you're hearing it again almost for the first time,
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I know this song very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's been probably a super long time since I listened to like a whole My Chemical Romance album, so
yeah,
it's like new sometimes. All right, well, the next one, Cemetery Drive.
Yep, another one of my favorites.
It's a very good one.
Yeah, very
I really
sad
liked it.
too.
It is. It's a sad song, but and normally I kind of shy away from the sad songs, but this one I thought was really good. I liked I felt like the drums were kind of like driving in this one,
yeah.
I thought that was I liked that a lot. To me, the drums stood out on this one. And I thought the vocals were really good too.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a little bit of a bell in places that I really like.
Yeah.
And the guitar work is just incredible.
I know. I'm so surprised that like that never stood out to me like in listening to these songs. And I'm just like kind of like the guitar. And I don't know if it's just because like, Travis just recently started playing bass again. And so I'm like paying more attention to like different instruments, like just subconsciously. But I'm like, the guitar is so good, like super talented.
And again, like either this one or the last one are my favorite lyrically. Like I really like how like in short order this one's very evocative. Like lines like crash the cemetery gates and the dress your husband hates.
Yes.
Or singing songs that make you slit your wrist. It isn't that much fun staring down a loaded gun. Like, just sort of, like, painting a picture of what's going on here. It's, like, clearly someone who's, like, ran away from their, normal life for a life of crime, and it ended poorly, as they want to do,
It didn't quite go so well, yeah. Definitely another evocative one, this song in general, I thought was a really good one on the album.
Yeah, and I really like the ending. I think the ending's very sad. That just like singing "Way Down" over and over again, with the bell in there. Just really, really good ending.
It kind of gives you the chills a little.
Yeah.
Like it just is like, ooh, it's kind of a little creepy there, but it was very good. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So the next one.
Yeah, the last song.
I never told you what I do for a living.
Yep.
What were your thoughts?
Well, I don't dislike this song, but honestly, I think it should have ended on Cemetery Drive, which I think is a much more emotional song. I mean, I get why, like, story-wise you end it here, because this is about, like, dying.
Yeah.
Like, the speaker dying. And that fits, and it has a very exasperated tone. Like, I get why you would end on that.
Yeah.
But I like Cemetery Drive better.
I agree. I kind of felt like Cemetery Drive would have been a better conclusion, to the whole album. But I felt the same way as you. Like, I get why they included it and why they put it at the end. But it is more of a, I don't know, I guess, like you said, exasperated, I couldn't quite put into words like what I was thinking, but that was a good description. It wasn't my favorite either. It was good.
Yeah.
But wasn't my super favorite on the album.
Yeah, and I mean, the lyric, never again, they gave us 2 shots to the back of the head, and we're all dead now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A little like, Yeah, this to me was definitely like a little darker.
Ew, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, I mean, it's not the feeling that I want, you know?
But yeah, definitely, I mean, aside from dying, it's like another knife in my hand, a stain that never comes off the sheets. Clean me off, I'm so dirty.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
yeah.
Again, like the life of crime, like a typical, sort of theme in crime stories is just, like, always being on the run, like, never being able to, like, shake it off.
Exactly. It just doesn't give you, like, a good feeling, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm all about the good feelings in music, so if this was, you know... Yeah, I would say, you know, it definitely evoked feelings, but not the ones that I want. I will say.
But yeah.
So what would you say was your favorite on the album?
So, one of, I can't decide, The Ghost of You, The Jet Set Life is Gonna Kill You, It's Not a Fashion Statement, It's a Death Wish, or Cemetery Drive.
Oh, you have a lot of favorites.
Yeah.
I think I really liked, I think Helena, and, Helena, definitely. I really like the interlude, even though it's not like a full song.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really pretty, and, I think, like, The Ghost of You is a really good one, too. Yeah. And of course, I'm Not Okay. Like, you gotta love that one. You know?
Yeah.
Even though you didn't love it at first.
Yeah, well, I'd said it grew on me.
Yeah. And yeah, overall, I think a really good album.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen to this over and over. And, you know, I think I read something like a long time ago about how it was something about like this kind of, you know, so-called like depressing music could like make you feel worse, but overwhelmingly people said like, no, this lifts you out of the funk. Like it just like, you know, I'm not like quoting directly, I'm paraphrasing, but I remember reading like this article, I don't know, some like music article a long time ago about this and like how like, no, it doesn't bring you down more. It helps you out of it. Like it just is, again, a release. Like I keep using that because it is like you could just like scream along, or not scream, like shout along to it. Yeah, and I just love that about this type of music and My Chemical Romance specifically. I think they do a great, Yeah,
this is the kind of like music you shout along to if you're in a bad mood.
Yes, yeah. And it's just like cathartic.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Like, just get it out. Yeah, let it just shout, man. Like you don't get enough instances in life where you could just like shout it out, you know? I really feel like, and that's why I love like a good like, you know, driving drum or like a, you know, awesome like guitar riff. To me, it's like I just picture like just getting that, you know, passion and emotion out, you know?
Yeah, that big rock chorus, you know, the sort of like
the
anthem.
It's like what's missing from everyday life. Like, you know, you can't just shout everything you want all the time, you know? I think this is great.
Yeah.
Good music. Yeah, I thought this was a really good album.
Yeah, well, like I said, one of my favorite albums, so I'm definitely a fan.
So you're saying you liked it better than the one last week?
Yes, definitely.
Well, it's good. I'm glad we did an album that you liked.
I mean, I'm not sure it's a fair comparison. These are very different, like genre spaces for different moods, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I really enjoy seeing the difference because, you know, when we do reviews of like the Taylor Swift album or like ones that you don't really like, you're like, oh, it's so boring. And then this one, you know, you could definitely tell that you liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, well,
all right.
Yeah, I guess that's everything. You can take us out.
All right, this has been Beachview and our review of My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. We hope you enjoyed it and listen next time for another music review.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.